Boca de Yuma, a coastal town in the Altagracia Province, Dominican Republic, population of about 2,000 people, lies near the Mona Passage, a seismically active strait between Hispaniola and Puerto Rico. Today, on August 5th, 2025, a magnitude 5.7 earthquake struck 38 kilometers southeast of Boca de Yuma, part of a series of quakes in the Mona Passage, raising concerns about the region fault system and historical seismic risk. Tsunami fear is rising and a history of deadly quakes. Is this a warning of a disaster yet to come? Let's dive into this tremor and the other tremors. Hi everyone, I'm Mary with MaryGreeley News. Thank you very much for joining me. Thank you to those of you that have bought me cups of coffee and made donations on the PayPal account and have joined me on Patreon. Thank you very much. Here we have the Mona Passage, and you can see in 1918, yeah, that was a deadly quake with a tsunami, a magnitude 7.1. And then 1943, there was also a large earthquake with a tsunami of a magnitude 7.7. If a large earthquake did strike this area, you would have little time to run for cover to get to higher ground. That would be your only salvation, to get to a structure that possibly would withstand the earthquake and the coming tsunami. No tsunami warning was sent out for today's 5.7 earthquake. You can see there's been other recent earthquakes within this location. Back in 2016, there was a magnitude 6.8. Also recently, we had a 3.4 and a 4.1. And then also back on 2016, there was a 3.5. But yeah, something's going on. You can see before this 5.7, yeah, the 4.1 and 3.4. And any earthquake does have a chance of being a foreshock for something much larger. Today's earthquake struck at 9:23 a.m. Was a depth of about 168 kilometers or 104 miles. They were lucky it was so deep. There was a post on X, formerly known as Twitter, saying that they felt it lightly in Punta Cana, faintly. Also felt in Santo Domingo. But the Mona Passage earthquakes does tell about the faults and a darker story. The Mona Passage has about 1,300 earthquakes yearly, and the Dominican Republic, yeah, does brace for that. Look at all these earthquakes. 1946 at 8.1 with a tsunami. That was very deadly too. Today's was only a magnitude 5.7, but the next one, will it create tsunami and death and destruction? Yeah, I hope the people there are prepared. Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic are located in a highly seismic active area. That's because we got the North American plate and the northeastern corner of the Caribbean plate. Yeah, they meet in this location. I got a little arrow up over here. And some of the faults are drawn out. Not all of them, but some of them. Yesterday there was a 4.1 magnitude earthquake that struck near Haiti's capital. And somewhere over here. You can see here 1770, a magnitude 7.5. 2010, a 7.0. In August of 2021, there was a magnitude 7.2 earthquake, and that earthquake killed hundreds of people. Supposedly, it was right in the same area. I'm trying to find it. There's so many earthquakes here. Yeah, can we find that one? On July 29th, 1943, there was a magnitude 7.7 with a tsunami. That earthquake caused minor damage. 1918, a 7.1. The earthquake did trigger a tsunami that swept across the coast of the island. I have lots of pictures from that. The combined effects of that earthquake and the tsunami made it out to be one of the worst natural disasters that struck the island. More than 100 people died, and the island sustained more than $4 million worth of damage. And that was what, things were worth back then. Can you imagine what it would cost nowadays? It was called the San Fermin earthquake, and it was also located in the Mono Passage off the northwest coast of the island. The strongest ground shaking for that earthquake estimated to be 9 on the mercantile intensity scale, resulting in the tsunami, affecting primarily the west coast towns of that area. Some homes were actually floated out into the water. There was also a lighthouse that was destroyed by the tsunami. That lighthouse was originally built in 1889. This area is capable of having a magnitude 8 or greater earthquake. It would definitely generate a tsunami and impact the area. The earthquake in 1946, that one is off over here. That was an 8.1. That earthquake and tsunami killed thousands of people. So can Boca de Yuma sustain another wrath, much like it has happened in the past? Could they survive? Are people there prepared? And if you do visit the Caribbean, do you ever even think about earthquakes and tsunamis? Do you have a plan? Don't ignore the threat if you do go to this area for a vacation or, whatever. Work maybe. A lot of people are leaving the island to find work. So anyways, what are your thoughts? Put your comments down below. Please stay safe. Always be prepared for a disaster. And I'll talk to you later. God bless you. Bye.